What's going on, everyone? It's time for another comedy film review. Today, we're actually going to talk about a controversial comedy that was released back in 2014, and that is The Interview, which is directed by Seth Rogen and stars Seth Rogen, uh, who appeared in like Superbad, This Is the End, Neighbors, Pineapple Express, and a lot of other films. And it's co-directed by Evan Goldberg, who actually directed Superbad, This Is the End. Uh, yeah, Preacher, Sangre Party, and stuff like that. This had a box office earnings of only $12.3 million, but it had a budget of $44 million, but it was huge on streaming. And yeah, streaming. And then it only had a limited theatrical release when it was released, so that's why it didn't make that much at the box office. So, let's talk about it. Well, The Interview is known to be super controversial because it stars James Franco and Seth Rogen, and they are Seth Rogen's a producer of a like late night talk show, and James Franco is the host of the talk show, Start Talk or something like that. And yeah, so they go and they're trying to make it big, and they're trying to figure out a good way to bring in the ratings and stuff. So as they look on social media, learn that Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea's favorite show, North American shows, is theirs, and some other show. And so they're worthy enough to get an interview. But then they get a visit from the CIA or the FBI or whatever, and they want to poison Kim Jong-un. So they enlist them to help. So they go and they go into North Korea to do this interview, and they end up having a whole pile of fiascos. Obviously, it doesn't go the way it's supposed to, and crazy antics ensue. And yeah, then they have to try to get out of there. This film was really entertaining. There's a lot of good jokes in it, and some pretty racist and funny jokes and inappropriate jokes and stuff like that. I was very surprised to see a movie being made, like especially in 2014. Like this was to get released and stuff, and what like how much backing it had and stuff with it. But also, if you're Seth Rogen, James Franco, you definitely have some leverage and things like that. The first half of this film was really well written and well crafted. It was constant laughing throughout, and then it goes more into like an action film for a little bit, where they tried to take it a little more seriously, which is a little strange, but yeah. And then it goes more into the comedy action for the end. Overall, I thought the characters were pretty well put together and well crafted for what it was, and it was really amusing. And a lot of them had some really good jokes and stuff. There's a couple that didn't really work too well, I thought, and kind of maybe fell flat a bit. And also, it is more of a when I think of offensive films, like it's not like the realism in it. It's more of how they're portraying who they're trying to make fun of, like Kim Jong Un and stuff. And yeah, so the way they portrayed him and stuff, I thought was a little hokey and a little too Family Guy-ish, I guess you could say, like a little too cartoony, and where yeah, if they took it in a more serious, literal one, they probably would have gotten more trouble. But I think that would have worked way better than it. But for what they had to do and what they worked with and stuff, it was pretty amusing and funny, and it definitely has a good, thrilling mid portion of it to make the film go even stronger. And yeah, overall, I thought the film was entertaining, and yeah, it's a good, entertaining comedy. It's not the best Seth Rogen movie out there, but it definitely had me chuckling quite a bit throughout. And I've seen this film like 3 or 4 times now, so but it was a good rewatch because I haven't watched it in a couple of years. So yeah, it was a good refresher and something different to watch. Even getting tired of all these Ryan Reynolds typical movies. But also, that brings me to the negatives of this, and this one is structured similarly to most comedies, and where they usually have a really strong beginning, and then it fizzles out into a basic plot structure for the middle part, and then they they either drop off the deep end or actually somehow save the movie a bit at the end. In this case, they actually saved it and made it a little bit better and stuff. There is some really good scenes put into the middle part, but it didn't really feel like it fit with the film. And yeah, the jokes and stuff, like I said, some of them didn't really land and are okay in some scenes, but most of the time it's pretty strong. And I thought the Kim Jong Un character in the film was a little weak. So, but for the most part, this film was entertaining, and that's all you want from a comedy. It made me laugh. It might not be for everyone, but overall, I enjoyed this film. So I'm going to give The Interview a 4 out of 5. It was entertaining and stuff. It just needed some, maybe a little bit stronger characters, a little stronger narrative, and yeah, then it maybe some more cohesive jokes that would fit more into it, and then yeah, you would have had a really perfect comedy that would probably stand the test of time. But right now, it's definitely a product of the mid 2000s. So yeah, but it is one of the Seth Rogen's stronger films, I thought. So yeah, but if you want to check it out, it is on Netflix right now, and also I'll link the trailer down below so you can check it out if you never heard of it or something. You check that out. That's linked down below. But also my Instagram's linked down below. That's where I post video clips of films I'm going to review in the future. All my stories, you have the film time hashtag, the thumbs on filming hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, my Letterbox is down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post for first starting or after watching the films. And my Letterbox is down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post for first starting or after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. Just follow me on those platforms. Stay and look at this channel. Like this video. Share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get them as soon as I can and if I can find them. And don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully we can find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And also so you can hear my opinions on popular films that come out, classic films, and reviews of other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, we're going to go back into the horror genre because I talked about the third one in the trilogy. Might as well talk about the first two. We're going to talk about the Halloween 2018 remake in the next review, and then do Kills probably later on. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that. Got another big film to talk about that I haven't talked about yet on this channel. So let's get to that. And in the meantime, watch out for all those crazy dictators trying to annihilate North America, and let's keep making fun of them. And I guess we'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.